So the name of the file, and we're going to filter so we have this part, and then we will work with the table and the name of the file and remove the rest of the columns. Now, as you can see, I have 2019 and 2020 in only one place. Yeah? If we remove the first row, you will be able to see the following. The first row, it could be the head. Please format the data. If we do not work with information, please put it as a text format. And the rest of the steps, like an arithmetic operation, you have to decide on decimal number or a numerical number. I have text, and text. So what I'm going to do in the account, I will leave the código cuenta, and then I will the first 3 characters. So I would, and then we will call it account, cuenta. So in text, and then I need to know the nature of the account, if it's right or not. So I'm going to add one additional column that will be called movement, movimiento, MOV. So we need to extract this new column called account or cuenta through the text dot first, text dot first, no, text dot start, and then we will pull the cuenta account, the first digit, and since we use the if like in Excel, so see if the first digit is 4, for this movement of account, 4 is a revenue. In order to know its nature, it will be credit less debit. If it's an expense, it must be a debit minus a credit. So if there's so I just write down if text dot start and then account, the first comma, first digit, 4 equals 4. So then the 4 is going to be the revenue, and to obtain its the correct nature. So I just hit OK, and then we make it a number in order to work with it. So we have, what we are going to need is the accounts of our client with which we're going to be working. This is the account plan. In the accounting is the cost center and the accounting part. So we just hit OK. And as I said, all the information that is imported to Power BI should be formatted. The first row, it's the head. So, and then we have to put it as in a text format. So each field is in a text format because they're going to be like related, and then we apply and close. We have to tell how we're going to show the information. This is the P&L. So we have the sales, cost of sales, the operational earning, the operating revenue and non-operating revenue. If I want to show it in this way, we have to do the following. So I create a new sheet. I'm going to relate the group. And we're going to create a new table. Okay. Now we are logging in YouTube on UC&CS Global in a simultaneous translation. I will give the floor to our president of the firm UC&CS Global, Mauricio. Okay, please. No. We are. Está en off. No se oye. Okay, the annual meeting of UC&CS Global. In this week, we're going to touch on technical topics today, and the IFRS and the ISA, the International Standards of Auditing. And tomorrow we are going to talk the ethic code of IFAC, which is the one that we are under, and also the quality. And next week we will have the partners meeting, where we will have global economy, corporate finances, the corporate legal, compared right, and global leadership of the firm. This is for next week, and every day we will give you the preliminary information. We had some technical glitches. I'm sorry for this here in Mexico City. They are all resolved. So we are broadcasting UC&CS America in YouTube from Spanish to English, and UC&CS Global in English for all the partners in countries that do not belong to the American continent. Gracias. So, vamos a empezar. So, let's continue with the presentation of Professor Gianpierre Weiz. He's talking about Power BI, Business Intelligence, and he will tell us how to apply this in auditing and business consultancy. Thank you very much, Mauricio. So, currently, this is being applied. Besides I'm going to show you the P&L statement. We're going to end this presentation, and the table that you see is how I would like it to be visualized. So we just hit apply, and then so it's uploading. Okay, ready? This is going to be called Income P&L Statement Database, BD underscore ER. So the cost center, we have the PUC, which is our account plan, where we know the plan generates in the master table several accounts. Once we have this created, what we're going to do is to show the name of the class, so we will see the cost, how it is integrated, the group, and the movement. So we see we can use this in an Excel format, but I'm showing you the advantages of Power BI, so to create this kind of reports. So let's use Zebra. And let me tell you that this, so you just have like to pay a license to work with it. What we're going to do is to have a calendar to have like small filters to make it more interactive. So let's create the table. This formula works with a field and date. So we'll have day, well, year, month, day. And we need a table with which we're going to have measures. For what? To have the current year and the former or previous year. Once it is uploaded, we go to calendar and we will bring a new measure. And this measure will be called value, and we will obtain from our P&L statement database the account that we selected, the movement. This will be transferred to our table that we created, that is called measures. And then we will create a new measure to calculate the previous year. So one value previous year equals to calculate value of the unit that we are working with, value, column, and then we will see the information of the previous year, and we will use the table that we created called date, calendar date, to generate all the information of the previous year. And then in table we created it in order, like you can see it in the screen. When this is related to value, we have sales minus cost of sales, but we do not have the gross earning yet, or the gross income. So you enter your license key there, and then this is how the license is fully activated. Now we have in million, we have the whole, we need to have all like the whole number with no decimal. And then, so how I'm going to insert the gross income. So we need to to put, okay, the gross income. It's sales minus cost of sales, and this will give me the gross income. If you do not, the Power BI is very sensitive, so we're going to put it without, with no decimals, okay? Then we have included the gross income, and then we will put the total of expenses, okay? Total gasto, which is administrative expenses plus sales expenses, and then we put 0 with no decimals, and the operational earning, this is going to be the gross income minus total of expenses. Then here we're with no decimals in bold, and we'll add it. And then we will add the net earning. Net earnings is operational earning plus non-operating income minus operating income. Then we just put it in bold and add it. But we need to use some filters. So I'm just going to put, I'm going to make it smaller so you will be able to visualize it. So to bring a filter, let's use the following tool. This is the filter. So you just drag it. The year, the date, and we use the drop down. We will have a filter by month. We will just go there, here, and we will click on month and all, and then we will have another filter by cost center. Cost center. Okay. It's for 2019, but this button is not very friendly, so we go to data. Here, I select control, and I will put it off, and then I will put select all, so I will select 1 or 2. The same thing I do over here. So we go to label, I select control, I put it off, and then I put on again. And the same thing for the name. Selection controls off, select all, on. Since we know the P&L statements must be compared, we will select the former year. So, okay, so date with, okay, date is fecha. We may have many operations in our movement table. We see the earning, well, the benefit of the tool, but because we can analyze the current year, and compare it to the previous year. So if there's a gap of 7 million that I wasn't able to review it, and also to differentiate the income with the cost. So in this way we're going to invert. So we just hit on each one and select invert, and then we're interested in the non-operating expenses. Now let's insert the brand that we are working with. In this case it's UC&CS Global. So the customers will know, and then we can add the client. In this case it's Toyota. So this is more in detail. So how we can make the most of this information is by creating an analysis. So we need to do, or how I can understand how the sales are classified. So here I should put name, class, in order to understand this. It is a wholesale activities, financial activity, and I'll see all the variation. In order to analyze it, it's going to be kind of intuitive. If I want to have it in more detail, in the case of a review, like Mauricio said, if I want to know all the details of the expenses, how can I have it in more detail? So here I go to staff expenses. Those are salaries, contributions, service premium, holidays. This is very useful in the case of a review, and I will know how the P&L is classified. So what is the benefit of this? So I can have publication, so other people can, with whom I can share the information. If I want to filter it by year, I just select 2019. If I want to know when they paid CTS, all the gratification or bonuses in December, with the client information, I will be able to analyze it. In other expenses, comparing them to the former year, I had 7 million, and this year I have 5 million, for example. So I wanted to upload this presentation to the web. You don't need to be a programmer to do this, but you need a license. And since the license that we are using is a separate license, I do not have it, but with this tool you will be able to see this tables. Can you see it in the screen? So can you see it in the screen? Well, the important thing of this is to know all the information, so you will be able to have all the benefit. We have worked a little bit to relate all the information that we have is to have the account plan of the customer, the movement plan, and a calendar of the year that I'm going to be working on is 2019 and 2020. The display or presentation table the benefit of publishing this kind of information I was talking about sharing information, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. Share. Can you see it? This is like a timeline of audit projects, planning, execution, report. We see the name of each person, and each one can see the time assigned from the 6th to the 7th, for example. The same goes for the P&L statement. So you can put this, if a customer in China, we do the same thing also in consultancy with the NIF 16 or IFRS 16. All these changes can be done technologically. I would like to end by saying, giving you like a practical case, because we in business intelligence, if we have a client and this client has an asset, in a leased asset, and we have a 5-year comparison, and he has been paying $5 or 5 pesos, depending on the country the client is, and we tell the client that this good can be bought on the 2nd year. This information is really valuable to the customer. In real lifetime, we have scattered information, and because of being auditors or consultants, we need like to integrate human resources, the operating part, and how this can be related to accounting. So one benefit is, if we do not have the profile to do this, we need to provide the service that will be really useful to our clients. If you have any comments or questions. Yes, Gianpierre, there's some questions. And the question, how much the license costs, and does this apply to audit? The license is applied to see the benchmarking of more audits that use this tool. They use data analysis tools. This is not the only one, but I just want to show how this tool is used. And because of COVID, this has forced us to use what is technologically available in case of a review or presentation. In the case of the Zebra, I know that there's been changes because of the COVID. I do not have the exact price, but I can share it with you at the end, and so you will be like more aware. I have one more question from Luis Arturo Morales. And the platform can be run in Mac computers. The Power BI, since it was developed with Microsoft, not with Mac. And I have another question. Just to add on a comment, this kind of solutions, this is done with the customer in a very transparent way. I can visualize it in a smart phone or a tablet because they can be, the tool can be adapted. Well, please, can you close your microphone? Because there's interference. And is there BI software for Mac computers? No. No, I don't have for this download for Mac. Could you turn off your microphones, please? Could you turn off your microphone? So Cesar Urbano is talking, but we cannot hear him. I would like, because of time reasons, I wasn't able to create a P&L statement. I hope you enjoyed it. And what about the project that you were talking about? Is it possible to upload it to the web page so people can see it, or by email or by intranet perhaps? Yes. There's no problem. We can share it. Because of time reasons, probably you cannot present it, but you can send them. Send it to them. Okay. Mauricio Mubarak says that we can upload it to internet. Okay. If you have any doubts or comments, you know where to reach me. I'm going to upload this to the portal of the firm, so you will see all the tools that are used. This is only one part of you can see, but there are many things. We have vertical analysis. Also, we need to see everything that is done with the IFRS. Thank you very much, Gianpierre. So we have to make use of the technologies. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have any other comments. Virgilio, Sergio, I just have this comment. Like Gianpierre said, well, really, because of COVID-19, well, it forced us to change our chip. So consequently, if we do not go with the technology, many professionals or many of us that are providing this kind of services will disappear from the market. So I think that there's a lot of valuable tools that we do not know, but this is the great opportunity that we have. Those are very important topics that they are opening our eyes. Hopefully we can continue with Mauricio to have this training in a more extensive way. So we will have more knowledge of all the contributions being made. It's very gratifying and rewarding because Gianpierre, because he's a system engineer, he's relating it in a much better way. And then we will coordinate this with Mauricio to have a more extensive course. Thank you very much.